What's the matter, sugar? Cat got you?
Ah, Jasper.
It's Joe, sir.
Ah, of course, Joseph. How long?
About 2 years, sir.
Ah, yes, then by now you must know national security may be just a word to most people, Jasper. But for men like you and we understand that it means the safety of every citizen in this country. It also means a lot of pressure. A lot. And some men just...
Don't
think the company doesn't notice its hard-working employees. This means that from now on, you will be in charge of not...
I thank you, sir.
I know you made a great team, but Frank decided to pursue a different... Oh, and of course you understand that we won't be able to present you with a fancy title or a measurable pay raise. This is a modern company, you understand?
Miss Goulet? Something's,
Good heavens, Sugar. That rag's got blood.
No, it...
We keep telling you boys to follow company safety policy. You may look like capable grown men in those boiler suits.
But...
No need to explain. Now, let's see what Gloria has for you here. Ooh, now run along.
Mister, are you all right?
No, don't.
I'm not sure.
I asked you a...
Yes, I...
Good enough. Listen, I'm shot bad. I don't have a lot of time.
Should I be writing this down?
Shut up and pay attention! You're standing on the brink of an I know this because I'm partially to blame. And though I realized our folly in time, things are obviously vastly more complex than this, but for lack of time to explain this properly to an insufficient...
Mister, you've obviously...
Quiet! And I'll be damned if I will let it fail because of a single... Thankfully, you look fleeceable enough to be coaxed into performing one simple task for me.
What is this?
It is a portable, interdimensional planar membrane It's a goddamn for reasons you'll quickly come to realize. The device runs on solar rechargeable battery.
Mister, between the blood and all this space talk, you're making me quite dizzy.
Just take the damn device and find...
Mister? Help! Help! I need help in here!
Stay right there, sir.
Listen, you gotta help me.
I said...
But I work here!
Keep your hands where palms flat against the wall. Spread your legs. The police are on...
Look, I don't want to be unreasonable. Do you want this to become complicated?
No, sir.
Yeah, didn't... See, I'm a simple, easygoing fella. Now, my partner over here, ain't that right? See, I'm not too good with long, complicated answers. So sometimes I gotta consult him, you know? And thing is, he's not much of a people. So tell you what, I give you some simple questions, you feed me some simple answers. Now, take your time.
Here, out on the road, everything seems so normal. Same moon, same night sky. After an hour of driving, it's easy to forget all about that dead world back there. How could Lambert have survived, though? If he came from the future, how did he not die along with everybody else? I just saw his body in the morgue. Now I'm driving out to talk to him alive. How does that work? Do you just leave a copy of yourself every time you use the box? Is that it? Are there copies of me all over the place now? What if he's not there? What if I changed something and he's not alive at all? Maybe all of this has been completely pointless. Maybe there's nothing I can do after all. Maybe these will be my last days, along with everybody else's. Ugh, the thought ties my stomach in knots. No, I better just not think about it and carry on. Did I bring enough gas? God, I hope I brought enough gas. When I was a little lad, and so my mother told me, way haul away, we'll haul away, Joe.
Stop right there!
Whoa, what?
I don't know you.
You...
I've done no such thing. For an intruder, you're not... Now, you have exactly 5 seconds to explain. 5.
I was...
4.
Why you?
3.
You told me to find you.
2.
You were old, with white hair. This, you gave me this. It's an... Yes!
I've never seen anything like it. But on the back, I gave this to you?
Name's Joe, sir. I'm just a janitor at the Archon building. I found you in a room with a big, round door in the basement labs this morning. I guess I was the only one around, so you gave me this and told me to find you and tell you all this, and...
My God, so it did come to pass. They really did it, those greedy goddamn...
You said you've been shot. I had to actually find you at the,
Shot? By whom? No, wait. Don't say anything else. You succeeded in finding me, which means anything you tell me from this point on could alter the course of action that brought you to my doorstep. The less I know, the better. So, you've seen the future. What did you see?
It's like a bad dream, sir. Everyone's gone. Buildings are coming apart. It's all just quiet. What happened, Mr. Lambert?
It is Dr. Lambert. And considering all the effort you just went through to find me, not to mention bearing witness to the horrific outcome of the biggest breakthrough in the history of science, I suppose I owe you some kind of explanation. I was 24 when I got hired by Archon, or Athena as it was called back then. Athena was one of the many weapons R&D companies formed during the Second World War. Unlike other R&D companies that had retooled themselves to pursue peacetime activities after the war, Athena had made enough money to continue chasing the next big thing in defense technologies. They were betting the farm on post-war Soviet expansion, raising the level of government paranoia to create a lucrative market for esoteric weapons research. I'd say they made the right bet. Still a theoretical physicist at MIT, my thesis on the possibility of time travel via dimensional membranes got published shortly after I was hired in 1961. Company heads were so impressed, they gave me a team and a budget. Development exceeded even my own expectations, and after only 6 years, we had the first primitive version of the time machine up and running. Our first successful trials involved sending simple objects into the future with a timed return. But with Archon running out of money, that was all the company bigwigs needed to secure a big fat contract with the Department of Defense. Apparently, we had sold them on the idea that the technology could be used to go back in time and strangle communism in its cradle. The reality, of course, was that it couldn't. Due to the laws of causality, you can't travel back in time beyond the point where time travel was invented. And sooner or later, we had to explain that to our benefactors. When they started pushing for progress reports, Archon management had to come clean, but instead chose to ease government concerns by claiming the technology could be used to bring back advanced weapons from the future. But this, too, was a lie. At this point, we'd already had our first of many human trials, and we knew there would be no weapons. In fact, our results were as terrifying as they were baffling. Time pilots returned frenzied and confused, raving about empty streets and human remains. At first, we assumed the city had suffered a Soviet attack in the near future and had been evacuated as a result. But as we pushed on further, the terrible reality became clear. Time pilots started returning fatally ill, dying within a day or two from painful convulsions. Some never returned. We lost several pilots, machine prototypes, and other equipment. When the first contamination erupted in the lab, we were completely unprepared, losing 3 lab technicians to what we later identified as an incredibly aggressive airborne virus. Although we weren't equipped to handle biohazards of this magnitude, management insisted we contain and study it. To keep our pilots and the virus alive long enough to study, we co-opted experimental cryotechnology from another project, Lazarus, and established a makeshift virus lab. Once again, the bigwigs managed to spin our setbacks into a success story for the Department of Defense, now claiming that the virus could be cultivated for use as a biological weapon. The team threatened to resign, but outrage was swiftly quenched by promises of massive salary increases and stock options. I didn't take the bribe. I'd witnessed the lethal efficiency of the virus firsthand. I knew there was only one way this was going to end, so I handed in my resignation and set up shop out here. For over a year, I've been working to recreate the technology to bring me back in time and prevent mankind's extinction from ever happening. And now you're here, the harbinger of doom at my doorstep, wearing a boiler suit. Who could have imagined that Judgment Day would begin like any other Monday in May? In any case, unfathomable as it may be that you were able to bring this information to me, knowing is only half the battle. Preventing the outbreak will require more than just your tenacity.
Me? Wait, what?
Yes, I'm afraid I must rely on you one more time. You must go back to Archon and prevent the outbreak.
No, that's, I mean, I'm really honored and everything, but...
Believe me, you're the last person in the world I want to entrust with this, and I mean that quite literally. But by this time tomorrow, the entire city will have succumbed to chaos, panic, and death. You're here now, and you're all I've got.
Wait, but what about you? Can't you fix this, Doc? Don't you have a plan?
I can't go myself, because that would break the law of causality. The only reason you are here to warn me now is because I was there to send you. And the only reason I was there to send you is because I was able to bring my work to fruition here.
But...
We've no time to waste. It's the only way. You told me you found me this morning, correct?
Yes, but...
That means I failed to stop it, and the outbreak has already begun. The time pilot for today's trial must have brought the virus back from the future, which then somehow got out of the containment chamber and spread. That pilot is Patient Zero. I need you to destroy the supercomputer system controlling the time machine. All the research data is stored there too. You must destroy it before the time machine departs. I'm reconfiguring your device to send you back 1 day earlier. This should allow you ample time to return to Archon and get inside. On the other shore from here, about 500 yards down the road, is a rest stop. You'll find a van there, fueled and ready to go.
Oh, I already have a ride.
Which won't be there yesterday, you ninny. Now stop interrupting me. One last thing, and I need you to listen carefully because this is very, very important. Make sure you do not meet the earlier version of you.
Why? What will happen?
No one knows for sure. It's one of the conundrums not yet accounted for. There are theories, of course. None of them pleasant. Now, let's get you ready.
How did I get myself into this? I nearly got killed trying to reach Dr. Lambert thinking he had a plan. And it turns out it's me. I'm the plan. At least I don't have to walk back. This van's not as cool as the ambulance, but it has its charm. And it sure was nice of him to pack me lunch. I wish he'd pack me a can opener for the beans, though. And some gas for the Bunsen burner. But I'm sure I'll think of something. I've got several hours of driving ahead of me after all. It'll be almost morning before I get to Archon. I just hope I have enough time.
Right on time. Welcome to the hippest joint in town, my man. We so underground, we literally 4 steps below the tarmac. Now what can I do for you?
Actually, I just saw the sign. I don't even know what I'm doing here.
Of course you do. You here because you heard this place was jumping. And you heard right, my man. We got grooves.
It's kind of empty in here.
Yeah, no, I know, man. We literally just opened like 5 minutes ago. Now, what?
I don't know.
A beer? A beer in here? You embarrassing me here, bub.
Just a beer.
Man, you really going through with all that, ain't you?
$1? Jeez.
Look, I don't jack the prices, kid.
But it's...
Yeah. Thank you, man. I got that. I know it's empty.
I think I left my wallet in...
Oh, I'll be here.
Sir, would you kindly step away from there? It's not safe.
changed my mind. For the money...
A challenge, huh? All right, I'll bite. Prepare. Whoa, hold your horses, Chief. This ain't your daddy's sparkling... Hey, keep your shirt on, bub. This ain't your sister's... Whoa now, Kemosabe. Hold the phone, Slick. This here ain't no dainty Mai Tai. Keep your hair on, killer. Almost there now. Easy now, Tiger. Just another sec. Whoa, hold your horses, Chief. It is. Now, you could just let it sit there for a while, have the layers settle for...
Whoa. Man, it's like the universe just revealed all of its secrets inside my mouth. Hello? Is anyone in here? Oh, drat. The muzzle split. I guess this gun was a bit too rusty after all. No. There's... Frank?
Oh! Hey,
I can't believe you're here.
Quit? Oh, right. Yeah, well, you know.
Management gave me your job. Well,
Is that right? Well, good on you, Joe. But
they said you already left.
well, no. Well, yeah. I forgot. Wait, what are you even doing?
Well, like I said,
Oh, right. It was still this part of...
no, right. I know. I just happened to see you, so... Hey, can we grab a beer down at Izzy's when this is over?
Beer? Oh, yeah.
Great. Guess I'll leave.
There you are. Why the hell haven't you done anything about that leak yet?
The leak?
Hello? Anyone home? The leak next door, numbnuts. Do you have any idea how much the research in those file cabinets is worth? Wait. Look, I'm sorry. We're all under quite a bit of stress.
I could get you something from the
Vending machine? Vending machine? If I could have something from the vending machine, don't you think I would have? I didn't spend 8 years at Cornell. Sorry, I'm...
diet?
It's an all-fruit diet. The missus ordered me on it after my last physical. The irony is that it's supposed to help me. Tell you what, you find me some fruit, then cover for me while I slip out for a quick break, and I won't report you for the leak. Anything...
I'll find you an app.
Make sure that you do. Sorry.
This means that from now on, you will be in charge of not only yours, but Frank's assignments too. That's right. That means downstairs lab sanitation, drain assignments, the works, with all...
I thank you.
And you brought me an apple. There's no eating in the lab, so I'll just pop out for a few to get some fresh air. Anyone asks...
Should I be writing this down?
Shut up and pay attention!
Poor Dr. Lambert.
Keep your voice down.
Yikes!
Shh.
Well,
But I faked it.
faked what?
You detailed this exact scenario to me 40 years ago. The earlier version of you had to see me die and get dragged off. So is not. And yet I had to survive long enough to assist you in carrying out your mission.
So,
Oh, despite my better judgment, I attempted to circumvent getting shot by taking a gaping hole in my gut.
Dr. Lambert,
No more questions.
the computer?
Thank God. Now there is just one last matter to attend to. The device. You see that console behind you? Check the numbers in the first line of...
429-496-7295.
Are you...
I'm sure.
Dear God. I have configured the device here. One last thing.
Dr. Lambert, are you... Frank?
Joe!
What are you...
Please!
I'll get you some water. Here you go, Frank.
Thank you.
I don't understand. What are you doing here? Where are we?
I'm not sure. I had no time. Pushed it as far as it'd go. From what I've been reading, everything gets imprecise the farther you travel. Even your physical location can get messed up. Nobody's been this far. We could be hundreds, maybe thousands of years in the future for all I know.
I don't get it. So, you're a time pilot now?
Do I really need to spell it out for you, Joe? I stole it.
What? You stole the time machine, but why?
Look, I've got no reason to tell you, but I guess it doesn't matter. You're the last person I'll be sharing anything with anyway. The truth is, I'm a Soviet agent.
Cut it out, Frank. I'm not falling for that one again.
I'm not joking.
Frank, you're just sick, confused. Come on, you can't be. Where's your Russian accent?
Joe, I'm an undercover agent deployed by the Kremlin. My job is to fit in. How far do you think I'd get if I went around calling everyone comrade? My real name is Yuri Barishev. I came to America in my early 20s. I went to school here, worked here, spent nearly 10 years building the foundation of an ordinary life. But the truth is that my life is far from ordinary. I am a spy. I was planted by the Soviet Foreign Intelligence Agency to gather intel on advanced U.S. military research programs, and I started getting my first missions in the mid-60s. At the time, I thought I had built a promising portfolio of leads, but as I started to pursue them, most of them turned out to be worthless. By 1968, I had run out of goodwill with my handlers at the Kremlin. I was a disgrace, and headed for extraction. Desperate for something, anything to report, I came across a Canadian company moving large shipments of iridium, osmium, rare metals not typically used in mainstream manufacturing. The buyer turned out to be a government shell, rerouting the materials to unofficial contractors, one of which turned out to be Archon. Having convinced my superiors that I was onto something, I got a job as a janitor. But I didn't dig up much until you showed up. You were a great distraction, giving me plenty of chances to access off-limits areas. And for a while, I was able to scrounge together enough intel to keep the Kremlin happy. My hunch was correct, but I didn't have the full picture. Not yet. The metals were being used to build something unusual, all right. But I just couldn't piece it together. What I found made no sense. Time travel, doomsday scenarios. It read like bad science fiction. For a while, I thought they were onto me, feeding me bogus information. But as time went on, with security tightening around the labs and no one confronting me,
I began to suspect that my intel was legit. But time was running out, with Brezhnev and your President Nixon set to negotiate the nuclear disarmament treaty in a few weeks. My superiors were demanding results. My job on the line, I got desperate and careless. And this morning I got caught. I was tailing an engineer into an off-limits lab when I bumped into Barney from security. Ironically, management chalked up my trespassing to cluelessness and settled for just firing me. Knowing I wouldn't get another chance, I stole a security badge and snuck back in. I just found the time machine operator's manual when you showed up out of nowhere and nearly screwed it all up. Then it clicked. Not only could I steal the technology, it was the perfect getaway, too. Using the manual, I set the destination as high as it would allow. I figured if I could just get far away, I'd have plenty of time to figure out how to get it back to the motherland. But, well, I guess you know the rest. Listen, Joe. I'm really sick, and I'm not making it back. But you still can. The time machine has a timer, like a toaster. It's designed to return home unless the timer's reset. I removed the main power supply fuse to keep it from taking off without me. Here, take it. I have no idea how you got here, and I guess it doesn't matter. Still, despite my mission, a double life, and the deceit, your friendship was always genuine. You're an honest guy, Joe. And I've really enjoyed your company. And no, please, leave me. The pain's coming back. Oh, it hurts to talk. Need rest.
The foreign... It's... I'm the one that... I must have... I got... Okay. Personal
No way to escape it. No way.
End of day. The overlords conspired against us.
Who did?
Too late. What's done is done. The key to salvation. Write it. Write it, write it, write.
Took away my tools.
Your
Pens, paper. They're erasing the slate. Forcing me to... Oh, they fear me. Cower at the sight of scientific rigor. They know what... Need paper to reproduce. Mightier than the sword. The key! The key! Bring help! Don't get caught! Save the kingdom, get the girl.
Miss. No.
Oh, hi there. Goodness. And it's Doctor, actually? Dr. Emma Brown? I'm a little embarrassed.
It's...
Oh, call me Emma. We're not so formal here.
I'm sorry, Dr. Brown. I don't know how to say this, but you...
Whoa, whoa, whoa. How do you feel? See, you're fine. And the soreness is to be expected. You've undergone muscle therapy.
What?
Easy, Joe. I know it's a lot to take in. It's 2012. And this is the psychiatric ward at St. Genevieve's Hospital. Like the others, you were placed in an artificial coma for regenerative muscle therapy.
Oh, God. The tubes.
Oh, that? Well, that's true. You did all have some... In any case, the pathogen was largely dormant due to the extended hibernation. We run very thorough medical checks on all...
So it's...
Yes, I'm afraid I don't know much about all of that. All I know is that the company that froze you went bankrupt back in the early 70s. A victim. Anywho, the remaining assets were sold off, and the Cryoform company bought the cryogenics technology. And we've been helping rehabilitate Cryoform's clients for the past 5 years or so. Mostly folks suffering from previously... Unfortunately, cryogenics was a little... experimental when you went. Apparently, a lot of Archon's original documentation was destroyed in a fire. So Cryoform had practically no info. Sadly, the others haven't been quite as coherent. They share certain delusions, you know, end of the world, that sort of thing. You, however, seem just fine.
So,
Yes, Joe, quite sure. In fact, I see no reason to keep you here. We have an So, are we all ready?
I guess.
Oh, don't worry. The rehab team's eager to help get you settled in. I know it may feel a little... Speaking of, I happened to catch you on the surveillance monitors a little while ago and... Perfect. I'll be sure to mention it to the career coaches.